Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I've just got a brief update on the 2-day-old koi fry that are in here and the koi eggs that are in there, the Sankei koi eggs, which are close to hatching. They'll hatch in a couple of days, I reckon. But just to start off with, I'll give a brief update on the 2-day-old koi fry who I've got in here. Basically, the plan is with these guys, I've got to get them out of here as soon as possible. I'll catch a couple up now for you. So in this bowl here, there's a couple. There's this one here and the other one here. Now, if you look actually closer, there's a lot of sort of newly hatched ones. If you look, there's that one there, that bright yellow in coloration. See it swimming there. That's one of the freshly hatched ones. That's why I haven't moved these guys out of here yet, because these ones here are a couple of days old. They're sort of getting free swimming and stuff. But these ones are like a day old. These are really young fry. They're just sort of freshly hatched, I'm guessing, from all the algae in here. So the plan is I've got to start feeding these basically, because these couple day old koi fry, who are about 3-4 days old now, have finished eating their yolk sac. So when a koi freshly hatches, it will have a yolk sac sort of underneath it that it will feed off of for its first few days of life. And then once it sort of progresses past those first few days, it needs to eat some actual food. So what I'm going to do is go and catch up some small invertebrate from a nature pond around the corner, and then I'll feed that to them, because that's a good food source for them, really. I'm going to actually catch up a slightly larger group here to give you a little bit of a better idea of what I'm talking about. These are mostly the 2-day-old fry. There's quite a few in this bowl, but they're doing really well. They're all healthy. You can tell they're a bit older. They're a bit darker in colour. They're a bit longer and a bit wider, so it's just a bit more obvious that they're of that age. But they're all doing quite healthy and well, so I just got to keep a close eye on them, really. Keep them well fed. Now, I don't know what type these are exactly. I think these are Kajaku. I could be wrong though. Like I said, this spawning of eggs in particular was just from random in my pond. So these could really be of any variety. I don't have a clue, to be honest. I won't be able to tell until they get to about 1 inch long. And at that point I will update you on what these are exactly. But they're all doing well. So that's the important part. Now, in terms of feeding them, I use this nature pond here just to collect up some small like invertebrate and stuff, just like some small bugs that they can eat. There's a large colony of Daphnia. There's actually a frog there as well, which you can see. It's just a small nature pond I have around the corner, but from like a small scoop like this, you can catch up, you know, quite a few sort of Daphnia and sort of other small vertebrate, which is quite good for the fish. Here you can sort of see these, actually some larvae as well in there. See them wriggling about. But there's a large amount of fry and just sort of little bugs in there that they can eat. So I put that in just to help them have some food. I also haven't had any issues with these guys trying to eat them. I mean, this fish is very inquisitive. This one here, if I get it over. Right, it will come right out of the water trying to eat your fingers, but I haven't had any issues with that one trying to eat these. They can't really get in here. They'll nibble at the fabric. Wait, calm down, mate. They'll nibble at the fabric and such, but they've sort of left them alone. I'll see if I can show you. It's kind of hard to show you these guys, but you can sort of see them in the corner there, sort of where my finger's pointing. There's one right there. There's quite a few in that corner, and there's also quite a few down in this corner, but once again, it's kind of hard to get these on camera. But you can see there's quite a large amount of them sort of down the bottom there. There's also a lot of newborns on the surface. There you go, there's one there, under my hand, darting around. That's going to be one of like the freshly hatched ones, and that's the issue. I can leave these guys in here for about a week. There's enough sort of invertebrate and stuff in here naturally, and the ones I just added in, that I can sustain them in here for about a week, and then once they get bigger, I've got to move them out into either that little tub down there, that's sort of bigger and more natural, or one of the ones outside. But yeah, they're all doing well, so that's the update on them. And as for the Sankei eggs, which you'd have seen in the last video, I had the spawning complete. That was about 2 days ago now, and the eggs are already doing well. As you can see, some of them weren't fertilised, and they're starting to get a bit of fungal around them, a bit of fungus around them. Now I have added in some malachite green into the ponds just to help deal with that fungal infection, so it doesn't spread and infect the other eggs. But so far they're looking good. I'm starting to see little black dots in the eggs, which means there's koi that are developing in them. Just for the moment, I've got the net sort of sagged down a bit just to help keep the water moving with the air pump. I've just placed the air pump in here just whilst they're sort of developing, because it helps keep the water moving and keeps any dirt off the top and sieves it out that way. but once they're getting ready to hatch, I'll take that back out because it just disturbs them, basically. But they're all doing well, to be fair. I'll just take the air pump out now so you can get a closer look. I have just briefly removed the air pump so you can have a little closer look. And if you look down here, I'll put a shadow over it so you can see a bit clearer. There's a large amount of eggs sort of there. There you can see a big bundle. Those ones there that are white, like this one here, have a little bit of fungus around them. That's because they weren't fertilised. These were unfertilised eggs. But there are quite a few that haven't got that, and they're actually clear in colour, which means they are full of babies right now. So there's at least, I'd say, about 1,000, 2,000 fertilised eggs in here. Because if you'd watched the video, I only caught about like the second half of her spawning in the net. She'd already started to spawn like the large amount outside the net, so I only caught about a few thousand of her eggs out of like the few thousand, like the 8,000 she would normally produce. But I still got a large amount of them in this net, which is good news. But they should hatch hopefully in the next 2 days. And then for those first week or so, I'm just going to leave them in here. I'll go scoop out some more invertebrate and such from the pond outside, just so that they can have some sort of food to sort of eat for their first few days. But apart from that, they're doing well. And this is like an underwater feed to give you a better idea of what I'm on about. You can see like the fungal eggs and the healthy ones as well. I'll also just feed these guys whilst I'm here. This is just a small holding tank, so these nets aren't really bothering them too much, but they don't seem to be too bothered. In fairness, it gives them a good bit of shade as well from the sun. But yeah, they're all happy to eat and they're doing fine. That's the important part with these guys. These nets aren't disturbing them. They'll only be here for about a week or two and then they'll be out of here, so they shouldn't disturb them for too much or for too long at all. And in fairness, the majority of the fish in here are these two and then that one there. I'm getting rid of anyway, these just to make space, so. But yeah, they're all doing good. So that's it for the update today, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.